Welcome back to another video on And Then There Was Style. On today's episode, creative ways to use chalkboard paint in your home. Who doesn't love chalkboards? They're versatile and adaptable, and they just give you that old school vibe of being back in school years ago. However, with chalkboard paint, you can now add that flair of whimsy and fun to practically any surface in your home. Handwriting or even scribbling is a wonderful way to customize and create, and it brings a personal touch to any living space. Let's talk all about chalkboard paint. Okay guys, so if you have an empty wall in your home that you cannot do much with, one of the easiest and most simple ways to use chalkboard paint is actually on that wall. Just think about it. You paint the whole wall in chalkboard paint. You can literally write on the wall, whether it's to-do lists, whether it's calendars, or whether it's just things that you need to pick up from the store. This is going to be an amazing way, not only to utilize space, but to add some pizzazz in your room. Set your table or chairs apart by adding a couple of coats of chalk paint on top. Think of all the family fun game nights you can have. No need for paper to keep score. Also, if you're throwing a really nice party, no need for labels to identify what each food item is. Just write it right on the table. This is such a cute and creative idea. We absolutely love this idea. If you love putting artwork, calendars, magnets, and everything else on your fridge, but you're tired of shuffling around papers and just a bunch of chaos, you need to do this idea. Just paint your entire refrigerator with chalkboard paint. You can write and draw directly on it. This is going to be fun for the whole family. It's also a great way to set your refrigerator apart and also share reminders with your family. Everyone will be able to see this to-do list. Of course, chalk paint can always be used to cover anything, and instantly, it's decor. Paint is also great as a way to break up a space or to create a creative accent wall. Doors are definitely useful, but as the author of the Domestic Diva blog points out, they can be awfully boring. Why not turn all of that empty space into an even more useful surface where you can take notes? You can also turn it into a learning space for children, a home office bulletin board, or any other thing that your imagination can create. So honestly, this one may not be the most practical idea out there, but it's still a lot of fun, and it does make a boring staircase a lot more interesting. You can paint almost anything you want on your stairs, and from the bottom, you will be able to see it all the way up to the top. You could put patterns, words, poems, quotes, whatever you want on them. You could even write a few words in each so that they read as a message from the top down. This is very fun. If you ever have a drawer full of bottles or jars, you know how completely crazy it can be to try to figure out which spice or which item is in what. But if you want an easy way to label them without the little post-its that you're just gonna lose, chalkboard paint definitely does the trick. It's also a major key when it comes to labeling jars or whatever that you may have on your counter or in your cabinets. Cabinet doors in your kitchen can be used for way more than just hiding stacks of dishes or food. And since the kitchen is one of the busiest rooms in the house, why not spice it up? Create the ideal place to leave messages and reminders. Instead of putting sticky notes and post-it notes all over the cabinets and doors and walls. Just create chalkboard paint cabinets. This is so cool, it's so rare, and it's so creative. Need a quick way to organize items on or in your desk? Just use chalk paint. The beauty of this is that you can erase it and relabel it so you are able to use it many more times. So we spoke about organizing the inside of your systems, but what about the outside? Chalk paint can definitely help you do that. Cute fonts, embellishments, or stencils will have your cabinets or dressers looking Pinterest worthy in no time. The best part about this is once you change up your system or decide to put something else in your drawers, just erase the front and relabel it. So simple. If you're the type of person that loves a nice healthy herb garden in your kitchen, you already know that it's super easy to mix up herbs, and sometimes it's too late once you put the wrong ones in your recipe and you ruin your dinner. Maybe that's just me. But you can stop yourself from making those mistakes by labeling your pots. A lot of these are DIY activities, super easy. Really all you need is chalkboard paint and tape. This cute little DIY is so perfect for those winter parties. You can even set up an area so your guests can chalkboard their own mugs. Once it's dry, they can write their names on the mugs so none of the mugs get confused. And the best part is if you buy your mug somewhere like maybe the Dollar Tree, you can actually allow your guests to take the mugs home. Perfect party favors. The practicality of chalkboard paint but aren't too keen on having it out in the open, this is the DIY for you. Just chalkboard paint the inside of your medicine cabinet. That way you can write down items you need, things you need to remember, and it's nicely hidden from everyone else. Super easy DIY can be done with chalkboard paint and painter's tape, and it makes the calendar big enough for the whole family to see. Last but not least, this is probably one of my favorite ideas ever. We all know how expensive premium paint, and not to even mention wallpaper, can be. Even if you're just painting or wallpapering a small wall, the cost, depending on what you get, can be just ridiculous. Why not use inexpensive chalk paint to transform a wall into basically whatever you want? Just put a couple of coats on there, then you can actually draw, decorate, write out quotes. I mean, this makes the most awesome accent wall. Don't forget, there is a such thing as colored chalk, so you can even do this with different colors. You guys, this is probably one of my favorite ideas out of this list because it is basically limited only to your creativity. For hanging out with us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, comment down below for a video that you would like to see, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!